Hello, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, thank you so much for stopping by. My name is Chisom. On this channel, I upload sewing tutorial videos and fashion related content. In today's tutorial, we'll be learning how to cut and sew this beautiful palazzo trouser that you can see right here on your screen. This trouser has two side pleats and inseam pockets. It is very easy to make and is beginners friendly. If you're interested in learning how to make this, keep watching. Also, don't forget to like this video, share it with your friends and family, put your comments in the comment section if you have any question, and subscribe if you're yet to subscribe. Thank you. Now let's dive straight into the tutorial. So just in case you're wondering the fabric I used, this is it. It's a silk fabric. It's very smooth and calm on the skin. I love the fabric actually, and I used 3 years for the making of this two piece. And then I have a matching zipper which I use for the trouser and matching thread. Okay, so I'll take this aside gently because I've already folded the front trouser part. With me here are the tools that I use for marking. I have the straight ruler for the straight lines and the curve ruler for the curved lines. Okay, you can see I've already folded my fabric into two for the making of the trouser. We are going to be making the front trouser part. I've ruled a line at the top and at the side. Now when folding your fabric, make sure it's enough to accommodate your hips divide by 4 plus like extra 5 inches. This is for the front part. Okay, so it will be able to take all your measurements for the crotch extension and then the allowance. All right, so from this mark I have here, which is the waistline, I'm going to mark my waist to hip line, waist to crotch line, and waist to knee line. Although the knee line is not needed, but just for formality's sake. Here I have the waistline, the hip line, the crotch line, and the knee line. Remember to get your crotch depth, you divide your hips by 4. Now from this side here on the waistline, I'll impute my hips divide by 4. My hips divide by 4 plus 1 inch. My hips divide by 4 plus 1 inch. I'll mark the same thing on the hip line and also on the crotch line. And I went ahead to square out the line. Now I am going to extend the front crotch. To extend your front crotch, to extend your front trouser crotch, you divide your hips by 20. So I'm just going to curve it out like this. Very simple. You can use your hand to make a curve from the crotch to the hip line, or use this curve if you have. Guys, this fabric is very I don't know what to say, but I just hope that you can see. I'm trying so hard for you guys to see the mark that I am making, because this fabric is something else. Just see the way the curve went. Okay, now I'll just take it from the crotch all the way down. I'm sorry I won't be moving this fabric for you to see the down part, but just know that I took it like this all the way to the hem, because this fabric is silky and I am scared of moving it anyhow. Next, I'll reduce the front crotch depth by 1 inch. So on the waistline, I'll come down by 1 inch, and on the side, I'll go up by half of an inch. Please note that I added 1 inch allowance on the side as well. So I'll go up by half inch, and then I'm going to connect from that half inch to this 1 inch I came down by. So easy, guys. With this we are done with the drafting of the front part of the trouser, of the pant. Okay, so I'm going to cut it gently, then I'll fold the fabric for the drafting of the back part. So guys, remember that the measurement I use on the waistline is my hips circumference. This is because of the pleat that the trouser has, so I'm going to use the excess to do the pleating for both the front and the back. So this is for the back part. I have folded my fabric and then gone ahead to rule the waistline, the hip line, and the crotch line. So before ruling the back waistline, make sure you leave like 3 inches before marking the waistline. Remember, we'll be extending the center back because of the butt. Okay, so that space you leave before marking your waistline will cover for it. Now on the waistline, I'll mark my hips divide by 4 plus 1 inch allowance. I'll mark the same thing on the crotch depth line. Now I am using my hip circumference on the waist because of the pleating that the trouser has, remember. So I'm just going to connect straight from the waistline to the crotch line. I will extend the back crotch line. To extend the back crotch line, you divide your hips by 10. The figure you get, use it to extend the back crotch. Now you're extending the back crotch from that your hips measurement allowance. So I'm going to connect just like I demonstrated with my hand, like right now. Okay, so this is it. Then after carving it out, I'm going to take it from the crotch down to the hemline, just straight down. Now I'm going to raise the center back by 1.5 inches. I'm raising it by 1.5 inches because I'm making the trouser for a size 12. I mean, if the person has a big butt, you raise it by like 2 inches. But I use 1.5 inches for the purpose of this tutorial. And I also raise the side by half so it will match up with the front. Now I'll remark my back trouser waistline, and that will be all for the back part. So I'll go ahead and cut it out, and make sure you add your sewing allowance on the side before cutting it out. Okay, so before we start joining the trousers, I want to cut out the pocket. It's an inseam pocket. It's not like the regular trouser pocket. So I'm folding my fabric. I want to get 4 pieces of the pockets. That is why I am folding my fabric into 4. I folded into 2, and then I'll fold again. And also the length of the pocket is what I am determining while making this fold. Okay, so once I'm sure I have folded it and everything is in place, both the length of the pocket and the width, I'll bring in my one part of the trouser, place the side on the part I want to be the side of the pocket, which is this part. I'm going to trace the side out with my chalk, so that by the time I attach this pocket to the side of the trouser, it will match up. After tracing out the side, I went ahead to measure the deepness of the pocket, which I used 11 inches, and then curved it out. So I'll go ahead and trim out the pocket. Remember, is 4 pieces for each 4 parts of the trouser. Now I'll get the whole part of the trouser and then place the pocket bags on them. That is the first thing I'm going to do. So I'll place them on the side, right side matching right side. That is how you know you placed it correctly, leaving ½ inch on top, and then I'll go ahead and stitch it down like this. Okay, so now when stitching a pocket bag to your dress, make sure that you use the same allowance you'll be using to stitch the side of the dress. So I stitched the side of the pocket, opened it on the right side, and top stitched. That is what I did for the pocket to relax. When top stitching, make sure your stitches are on the pocket and not the main body of the dress. Okay, so after fixing the pocket, it's time to start stitching the trouser parts together. I pinned the front crotch together to hold it in place, and I'll take it to the sewing machine now and stitch from top to bottom with 1 inch or ½ inch. I'll also pin the back crotch together. The space that I applied gum is the place that I'll fix my zipper, and I'll stitch the end part close. Now after stitching the crotch side, I will place the trouser front on the back and match the sides together. I'll make sure I place everything very well, pin it to secure it. You know, it's a silky fabric. I need to pin it as much as I can so everything will stay in place. After I'm sure that they have matched, I'll go ahead and stitch like this, just the way I demonstrated. I'll stitch from the top, come in half inch into the pocket, in, enter into it round, come out and continue, and I'll repeat the same process on this other side, and I'll be back. I'm done joining the front part and the back part of the trouser together, and it is already put together as a trouser. The pocket is sitting right there, as you can see. You can see how this side is neat while the rough part is inside here. Okay, now I'll take the round measurement of the waistline, so I'll know the inches I'll be using for the pleat. So after taking the measurement of the waistline, I have excess of about 20 inches. So I'm going to divide that 20 inches into 4. I'm going to divide it into 4 and then use one part to form one part of the pleat. You know, 20 divided by 4 is 5, right? So I'll be taking the measurement from the side. I'll measure and then pick it on that spot and take it to the side to form a pleat. Just watch what I am doing. Is actually very easy. You know, when you want to make kissing pleats on the two side. So this part is done. I'll move over to this other part. I'll take the measurement and pick that point, take it to the side to form a pleat. As you can see, making sure it's as if I am using that pleat to close the seam line on the waist, the side line on the waist. After this is the front, I'll move the back side and then take the measurement. I'm taking the measurement from the waist, from the side, okay, exactly on the seam line on the side, and then I'll pick it and bring it close to the side and then secure with the pin. I'm trying to make sure the pocketing is not going to be stuck on the waistline, so I'll pin this side and move to the other side as well. Take the measurement, pick on that exact point, and then pleat it towards the side, and that is all for the pleating. So after making the pleats, I would then head to the sewing machine and attach the band. Note that the band is my actual waist measurement because there is no pleating on the band. Okay, so and the width is 1.5 inches. I'll go now and attach the band. I'm done fixing the band and everything is coming out beautiful. In fact, we are done at this point. I also hemmed the lower part and ironed everything in place, and the trouser is ready. The only thing left is to go ahead and fix the zipper, and for this zipper allowance side, I added tissue gum to it just to stabilize that area a little bit so I won't have difficulty when installing the zipper. So this is the end of the video. After I must have attached the zipper. Thank you for watching this video to the end. I hope you got value from it. Please don't forget to like, share and subscribe to my channel. Thank you.